you're gonna lowball me and don't do it. If you feel that that's the way you get out of fighting me, that's weak. Don't do it.
Shawn Porter said, if no one will fight Terence Crawford, I will. And I think this is a fight Terence Crawford needs. It's like a gauge to see where Terence Crawford's at amongst the other welterweights. I think he's number one, but some people think since he moved to welterweight, he has fought lesser opponents. But if Crawford jumps in the ring and looks real impressive against Shawn Porter, Shawn Porter has fought the who's who in the welterweight division. He's fought Errol Spence. A lot of people thought he won that fight. He fought Keith Thurman, and he fought Danny Garcia. And we can't forget about Yordenis Ugas. So if Terence Crawford go in the ring, either knock out or dominate Shawn Porter, it will be a strong debate who's the top 147-pounder in the division. Not to mention, Terence Crawford will get more credit for beating Shawn Porter, who is still in his prime, to beating Kell Brook. And I feel like Kell Brook wasn't the same Kell Brook that beat Shawn Porter. Kell Brook was never the same once he went up to 160 to battle Triple G and got his face broken. They can't take this victory away if he beats Shawn Porter, and Terence Crawford better be ready because Shawn Porter will be ready. Now let's talk about Bob Arum's lowball offer to Shawn Porter. I think Shawn Porter, if you're going to give Kell Brook $2 million, and Kell Brook hasn't fought in the welterweight division for 3 years before he fought Terence Crawford. So if you're going to offer him $2 million, and Shawn Porter is one of the top welterweights in the division, he should get at least $3 or $4 million. Not to mention, he's in his prime, and unlike the other fights that Terence Crawford had, this fight will sell. I mean, at one point, did Bob Arum and Terence Crawford offer Danny Garcia $3 million plus a percentage of pay-per-view? Why can't you give Shawn Porter $3 to $4 million? At the end of the day, I'm hoping Bob Arum just gave him a lowball offer to start negotiations, but more than likely that's not true. And I hope they get the finances together, and this is the fight I think a lot of people need to see Terence Crawford in. Most of us know how talented and skilled Terence Crawford is, and some of us need to see him against top welterweight, or who's considered the top welterweights in the division, because they got recognizable names. A lot more people know Shawn Porter than Kavaliauskas. Anyway, I'm glad at least they're talking about the fight. Maybe there's some hope there this fight will happen. Does anybody think that Shawn Porter can upset Terence Crawford? Or will it be an upset? I really believe that Shawn Porter thinks he could beat Terence Crawford. I disagree with them. I think Terence Crawford is a win by unanimous decision or a late stoppage. I think that's what Terence Crawford needs, a guy who goes 1 through 12 rounds that think he can defeat him. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beasy. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gone.
However, if you want to make the fight happen, don't lowball me. I'm worth more than $1 million. F $1 million. I'm going to keep it as clean as possible, but I'm not fighting Terence Crawford for $1 million. This is going to be fight of the year.